So now let us discuss this cyclical impact. See, when we have a recession or an expansion, demand for all goods and services do not all change in the same way, right? So those are durable goods. They are affected most. Durable in a recession. Durable goods are capital goods, so housing, commercial building, heavy equipment, and farm implements, right? So these are machine tools equipments. You buy today, and then the businesses they will buy today, and they will continue to use these things for a long time in the future. And also consumer durables like automobiles, personal computers, refrigerators, right, microwave ovens, TVs. Those are consumer durables. Consumers will buy and then consume and derive benefit and use those goods and services and derive benefit from them for a long time in the future. So demand for these durable goods are affected more during a recession. So it will decrease more than in a recession and increase more in an expansion. On the other hand, non-durable consumer goods are affected less, right? Services, medical and legal services, these are non-durable, so you need them often, right? Food and clothing, you need them often. You need to do grocery every week because vegetables, clothing, those are like and other food items. Vegetables and food items, they are like perishable goods. They will not remain in a good condition for a long time. So we have to consume quickly, so we run out quickly and then we have to buy again, right? Non-durable consumer goods. And services like go to the barber or go to the tax accountant, go to the architect, go to the doctor, or a dentist. Services, we have to go again and again. Legal services, go to the lawyer. These are all non-durable, and demand for these goods are less affected in a recession compared to demand for the durable goods. Now let us talk about unemployment, right? So remember in the beginning of the chapter we said what? We will discuss business cycle and then we will discuss unemployment. Let us now discuss unemployment in details, right? What is unemployment? That is the thing. So what is unemployment? The unemployment, officially Bureau of Labor Statistics, they consider that a person willing and able to work but unable to find work is called unemployment. But this, so a person willing and able to work, he is more than 16 years of age and he is actively looking for work, but he cannot find work, then only we call him unemployed according to the official statistics. Now there are so not in labor force. This is a big part of the population. These are not employed and not seeking work, right? They are not actively looking for work, like students and retired people. They are considered to be not in the labor force. So let us take a look at this. Let us here we will learn about how to calculate unemployment rate. See, so see, look at the entire population of the U.S. in 2009 was 307 million, right? 307 million, and under 16 years of age was 71.4 million. Not in labor force was 81.7 million, right? So and then employed is 139.9 million, unemployed is 14.3 million, right? Look at that. These two, employed and unemployed, you add them together, you get this labor force, 154.2 million. Now divide that unemployed 14.3 million with what? Employed with labor force 154.2 million multiplied by 100 is what? 9.3%. So that will be the unemployment rate. So unemployed divided by labor force multiplied by 100, that is the unemployed rate. Now this here under 16, those are like not adults, and or institutionalized means those are in mental institutions or are in state prisons. They will not be counted as part of the labor force. Not in labor force, these are students and what? And retirees, they also will not be counted. So labor force only include this employed and unemployed, those two, and if you divide the number of unemployed with the total labor force, that will give us unemployment rate. Now, there are some criticisms of the unemployment rate that is calculated by Bureau of Labor here, BLS survey. One is about this involuntary part-time workers counted as if full-time. See, involuntary part-time workers, these are part-time workers because they cannot find full-time employment. So they become unemployed involuntarily part-time, right? So, but in the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they are counted as, these part-time workers are counted as what? As full-time employed, which disguises the unemployment picture. In 2009, 9 million part-time workers wanted to work full-time but could find only part-time job. They were counted as full-time workers in Bureau of Labor Statistics. See? Now, another group that is often criticized is discouraged worker. Discouraged workers, these are workers that that are not actively looking for job. Why? Because discouraged workers, they believe that the labor market condition is not right, so are not counted as unemployed, right? So because the discouraged workers, they think labor market condition is not fair for a worker. So even if they spend a lot of time and money and energy to get a job, they will not get good fair compensation for their work. So discouraged workers have given up the search for employment. These people are not counted as a part of unemployed. See, so in the official Bureau of Labor Statistics. So this is why this against disguises the true picture of unemployment. Critics say that this reduces the number of unemployed people, which is misleading. So, so now let us go to the next different types of unemployment. There are in this book we discuss, in this textbook we discuss 3 types of unemployment. Frictional unemployment. This is like individuals searching for jobs or waiting to take jobs soon. So this is like a go-between job, right? So workers, they are switching from one job to another job. Sometimes people get laid off and they wait a couple of weeks, search for a new employment and get one. And sometimes people resign and they spend time to find a better job, more suitable job, higher paying job. So this frictional unemployment is what? You see, this is the normal unemployment. This is like search unemployment or wait unemployment. Every day, thousands of workers are laid off or they resign, and every day, thousands of workers get a new employment, right? So this is like a frictional unemployment is like a switch between job unemployment. Then the next type of unemployment we call structural unemployment. Structural unemployment happens when due to changes in the structure of demand for labor. Software, so such as you see, employers, they want to hire workers, but what if the workers they were looking for, they don't have the skill they are looking for. They have people, but people do not have the right type of skills. They are sought by the employers. So this is a mismatch between skills demanded by the employer and the skill possessed by the applicants, job applicants. Like designing software and maintaining computer systems, there is a big vacancy, right? Businesses, they want to hire a lot of people in these areas, but so demand is very high, but not enough supply. People, many workers, they are unemployed because they don't have these skills. So this we call this structural unemployment. Then the next thing we have is cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment caused by the recession phase of the business cycle, right? Recession phase of the business cycle. So when there is recession, many people are laid off, right? Many people are laid off, unemployment increases because in a recession, businesses are pessimistic, and businesses, they see that they cannot sell what they have produced. Demand is for their product is low. As a result, The businesses in a recession will be accumulating inventory, so they will cut down on production, lay off workers. So this cyclical unemployment is comes from that source. So these are the three different types of unemployment. Now, one thing we want now to show you the cost of unemployment to the economy. To do that, let us create this, define this concept first. We call this natural rate of unemployment, NRU, right, for short. This is the full employment level of unemployment when there is no cyclical unemployment exist, only frictional and structural unemployment remains. See, so we have the actual unemployment rate in the economy, which will include the cyclical unemployment also. But then NRU doesn't include NRU. Assume that cyclical unemployment is zero. Only two other unemployment remain in the NRE. That is how it is calculated, right? So we have actual unemployment and rate of the economy, and we have NRU of the economy. Now NRU can vary over time. First is demographic changes. Second is what? Changing job search methods. Like today, people use internet, so job search is much easier now. Before it used to take more time and energy and money. Now it takes less. It's faster, right? Public policy changes. Sometimes the government will make policy changes. So businesses, if government make strict labor regulations, businesses may be discouraged to hire easily, right? On the other hand, if government make less restriction, businesses may be encouraged to hire more when necessary. And demographic changes, this demographic changes happen when over time compositions, age composition, sex composition of the workers change, right? And as these three NRU will also change from time to time. Now many economists say that NRU today is like 4 to 5% NRU of the US economy. But in the 1970s, 1980s, it was like 5 to 6% NRU, right? So now actual unemployment can be above or below the NRU, and let us now discuss what will happen in those cases. So see, to measure the loss of the economy because of this cyclical unemployment, because of the unemployment created by recession, we develop this concept now. GDP gap. GDP gap is defined as actual GDP minus potential GDP. Actual GDP is based on output of the economy with actual unemployment, and potential GDP is based on output of the economy based on NRU, right? So this one can be positive or negative, right? So let us say that that NRU that the economy is in a recession, and because of that recession there is cyclical unemployment, and because when there is cyclical unemployment, we know that actual GDP will be smaller. Actual GDP which is based on actual unemployment will be smaller than the what? Potential GDP based on NRU, right? Because of positive cyclical unemployment, right? So then there will be a negative GDP gap in a recession. On the other hand, in a positive GDP gap, so in an expansion, there will be actual GDP. Actual GDP can be what? Actual so GDP gap will be what? In an expansion, actual cyclical unemployment will be zero. So actual GDP and potential GDP will be very close together, right? Actual unemployment, because actual unemployment with cyclical unemployment zero will be like very close to the what? NRU, natural rate of unemployment. So GDP gap will be very narrow in case of economic expansion. Now, Okun's law. This is another measure